Hello everybody, welcome back to the Daily Dunc Shot brought to you by Cadillac of New Orleans. Talking LSU football today. We got a big weekend for the LSU Tigers as they essentially open up their season on the road against SEC rival Mississippi State, a top 25 opponent right out of the gate because essentially the Tigers have not played a game yet. They played about 5 minutes, of course, against McNeese State before that bad storm swept into the Baton Rouge area. And so Les Miles today on the weekly SEC conference call, you could tell there was a little apprehension. He really wanted to get that game in. That's why they waited 4 hours to try and do it. He wanted to get his young quarterback, in particular, Brandon Harris, as many snaps as possible in live action. Didn't happen. So the Tigers go into this game somewhat of a mystery opponent for the Mississippi State Bulldogs. I like LSU in this game. I think this two-game stretch, that's what I want to talk about today, will define the LSU Tigers season. They play at Mississippi State on the road this weekend. Then next week they come back to Tiger Stadium to take on number 6 Auburn. Both these games could go either way, I think. But if LSU somehow manages, and I think they can, to win both these games, that will set them up for, I think, a long stretch of wins heading to the big showdown in Tuscaloosa against Alabama November 7th. If you look at the schedule looking ahead, and I know that's always dangerous, but LSU should be favored in all 5 of their games after the Auburn game. They've got Syracuse, Eastern Michigan, South Carolina, which could be tricky in Columbia. That's never easy. Florida and Western Kentucky. I like LSU in all those games. So again, it comes back to this critical 2-game stretch at Mississippi State, who's a little bit down right now. They looked, I think, very vulnerable against Southern Miss in their opener. They're rebuilding the front 7, lost a lot of players in the NFL in their defensive front 7. Their offensive line also trying to replace some players. So I like LSU in this game. I think they're more talented than State, but they have to play well. They can't make a lot of turnovers. Brandon Harris has to manage this game, and that's what's going to be fascinating to watch this weekend in Starkville because he doesn't have a tune-up game under his belt, getting thrown right into the fire. I think he'll be fine. I think LSU will be fine, and I think they come back home with a big win and set up a huge game against Auburn next weekend in Tiger Stadium. But first things first, we'll see how they come out against Mississippi State this weekend. But I like LSU's chances of sweeping these 2 games and setting themselves up for a very special season in Baton Rouge. All right, that's it for the Dunc Shot. Be back again Friday right here at NOLA.com with my fearless football forecast. Thanks for tuning in.